Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jennifer C. at HomeLifeCultureLink.com, Nino Simeka at MortgageGodfather.ca, and Jewelry Forever at JewelryForever.ca. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
And the men who hold high places must be the ones who
We've officially lost a viewer.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. That was just a little bit of rush for you guys. To start the day, start the morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. I am your host, the one, the only, Scott Dion Brown. And this is episode 62, I think. 62.
62.
And of course, I'm joined, as always, by the best co-host in the galaxy, the one, the only,
Regine Alaina. Happy Sunday, fun day, everyone. Happy 62 episode.
Happy 62.
62nd episode.
62nd episodes.
I thought it was fitting to wear the sit down t-shirt today.
And residents across the province of Ontario,
I'm very tired right now.
awaked with a sense of panic and dread, as apparently what they received
A nuclear.
at 7:30 this morning. An emergency alert went out to all residents in Ontario, warning them, everybody who's in with a 10-kilometer range of Pickering Power Plant, that there was some incident.
With the nuclear.
But it was a false alarm, everybody. False alarm. So
Yeah, the
we're all
false
fine.
alarm came out an hour ago. Or 2 hours ago. So
Yeah. So it's one of those things.
But it was yeah. We're alive. What can we say?
We're live. We made it. We're okay. They said it was a false alarm. I guess it was kind of a test.
It woke me up.
And that's how it goes. Why don't we let's bring our guest in right away, and then we can recap stuff and chat. So our guest today is he's I've known him for quite a few years, actually.
I've known him for a few minutes.
And yeah, that's right. You've known him a few minutes. But he actually, in fact, if I think back, he might be one of the first artists I worked with,
Oh.
like recording wise. He recorded in this studio, in this very studio, once upon a time.
Did it look like this?
Correct.
No, did it look like this? No, it's changed a lot.
It's changed for sure.
But let's meet him, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the sit down, Juice.
What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? I'm so glad to be here today, y'all.
Yeah,
Good morning.
Thanks for coming. Did you get that alert this morning?
I got it at like 3 a.m. So I was
Really?
a little bit more
Yeah.
upset. Yeah.
They sent it that. Jeez.
It went off so early. I have my work phone and I have my cell phone both going off at the I'm like, no, it's too early. What time
So
is it?
ridiculous.
The other thing is, so my phone. In fact, did we talk about this on the show?
I don't
know if we did, but
remember.
my phone does not get
Oh, yeah, we did because I made fun of
those
you.
alerts. I get no alerts.
No.
Because he has a Blackberry.
I don't think that's what it is, but
Yes, it is.
but it's like, so I don't get Amber alerts. I don't get anything.
So you're kind of stuck.
I'm stuck.
So luckily you don't live near the power plant.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it wouldn't have mattered at this case, but yeah, that's true. Because like I get no warnings. I don't know what it is. I think what it could be is, so I'm with I don't know. Right, yeah, I'm
with Freedom too, though.
So we're
I'm
both-
also with Freedom.
okay.
So
I'll-
it's not Freedom.
Okay. How about this?
Your Blackberry.
Did you guys get your phones like from Freedom, or
Yes.
did you get your phone through
I
Freedom?
did not. I
But
had
my
phone
family
before.
is also with Freedom, and they all got the alert.
So I got my phone, like I bought it direct from
From Blackberry?
I guess from Blackberry. Like, so I bought it through like Blue Shot, like a online retailer, but then they sent it to me like unlocked. And then I could go to anything. So I wonder if it's something to do with that.
That's possible.
If you guys have a Blackberry, did you or do you get Amber Alerts?
But you know, the thing is, actually, as I recall, there are I've talked to some of the people who have my phone in the same situation, but they get the alerts. So I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason,
It is odd.
I don't get them. But so anyway, false alarm, everybody, this morning. Who? I mean, that would have been scary.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, did you hear about that one? I guess it was a few years ago.
You can choose whether or not you want it or not.
So I've just chose, but I never chose.
Apparently, it's in your settings. Is that a Blackberry 10?
No.
That's a passport. No.
Yeah, no. This is actually the latest. This is the Key 1.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So this is actually, that's the thing. It's running full Android. Like I used to have a passport.
That's weird. I don't know.
Shout out Blackberry, man. I always will hope for Blackberry's success. Like, I've been waiting to get another one, but I'm just trying to pick the right one. I almost got the passport.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do the all touch one.
Yeah.
But I did consider the Key 1. I just haven't needed to change my phone yet, so I'm just.
Yeah.
Are Blackberry still a thing?
Yeah. So here's the thing.
Yes.
Is that so one thing I should say, since we're not talking about Blackberry, fellow Blackberry fan. That's right. You used to have, what did you have at one point?
I had a few.
You had a few.
The Bold, I had the Curve, I had the Z10.
That's right.
Yeah.
I remember when you had, that's right. Because I think.
Yeah, I still have it, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
In fact, I think if I remember, I think you had that phone before I had got Blackberry 10. And I think yours was the first that I saw.
Yes.
So you
in the
influenced him.
Well, no, I was already planning to get it, but it was
Wow.
just I hadn't come around to upgrading. But I remember I was so like, whoa.
Yeah, it was cool. It was the first all touch one they did.
That's right.
Yeah.
BlackBerry 10. But anyway, so yeah. So,
I never had a Blackberry, clearly.
Really? You never even had like a
No.
Wow.
No.
Oh, you missed the BBM phase.
Yeah, the BBM was like the
I'm good.
biggest thing.
I had
at the time.
MSN. I'm okay.
All right. Well,
That's true.
but so BlackBerry now, like basically they've migrated away from making their own platform. So now when you buy a new BlackBerry, it's running on Android, which I will honestly say is not as good as BlackBerry 10 was. It's not.
No, it's not. But
Like BlackBerry 10 was so smooth and so fast, and it never crashed, and you could jump into and all this stuff.
and the hub and
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
And so, but the new one is it's still good, like it's still there, and I'm used to it now. And also, again, I mean, the biggest problem that BlackBerry 10 had was that app developers weren't building apps for them,
Did not
right?
support. Yeah.
So because of that, people, it put you at a huge disadvantage. And now, especially, I remember there was a small period in between when I bought this phone, when my old BlackBerry died on me, and my brother gave me his old like Samsung or something.
Yeah.
And I remember like the first time I used an Android phone and like used like the Green Pea parking app.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, so the first time I was like, wow, I can pay for my parking with my phone. I was like, oh, okay, I can't go back to, I can't go without this.
It's over.
Because it's just like, it's so, wow, like I don't have to go run back outside. And it was such a huge thing for me because BlackBerry had none of those types of apps.
Does it now?
Well, yeah, because now it's Android, so I have
okay.
I have the
I was
entire
like,
Android
does
app
it
store.
now?
Yeah, that was the whole thing. That was the biggest thing. Like
Yeah.
those, even I remember when Instagram lost the support for it too, or it lost the support for Instagram, and
Yep.
you had to kind of do the side loading, and
Yeah, that's the
Eh.
thing.
for Snapchat too. It was
That's
some-
right.
It was
Yeah,
some dark
side loading.
days.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right. So there was this transitional period where you couldn't download the apps out of their app store, but there are people would like do a hacked version of an app, or like so you could find some older version of Instagram, or sometimes app developers would just build their own apps that would work as well. But you'd have to like plug it. It was this whole roundabout way of getting Android apps and onto your BlackBerry. So
I have an Apple phone, so.
So I will say yeah. Well, there you go.
Life is simple.
Wasn't a problem. Oh, good
No, I've had Samsung before, but
Good morning, Justin Harris. He just said
Yes.
hello in this chat.
Hey, what up, Jay?
Good morning.
That's my boy from high school.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. Hello. We're talking BlackBerry at the moment.
we were talking about the nuclear Amber Alert, and then you guys ended
yeah.
up talking about Blackberries.
Right, because
Welcome to the sit down.
That's how it goes.
The first 10 minutes of the sit down.
Yeah. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was saying so BlackBerry, yeah, they're not as huge as they once were in phones. But what a lot of people don't know is BlackBerry's huge in automotive. So like the majority of like your car's infotainment systems, like the software that runs it, the underneath part, that's Blackberry who's doing that. And so people think, oh yeah, they're actually, as a company, they're doing very, very well.
Yeah, it's just the phone sector. They've downsized, obviously.
So what they've become now for phones is they're almost like kind of a boutique company in that people, because there are still people like myself who like want them, right? And will always buy them. And so they have phones for them. And then for people who
don't want their phones, they have cars.
Yeah. Well, so it's something like a lot of cars, even if it's like Apple AutoPlay or whatever they have, it's very likely that there's BlackBerry software underneath that. And they're also like in hospitals and most of the major governments in the world, their security systems are run by BlackBerry.
Yeah, a lot of the government people, they have Blackberries. Like when Obama was in office, that was one of his phones because the security level is higher.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now you know, people.
I'm still sticking to my Apple.
Yeah, I mean Apple's fine. I mean honestly, I don't have anything really. You know, the only thing that I have a problem with Apple, it's not even a problem, but it's the reason why I don't have really any of their things, is because they're very much like their stuff works best with the rest of their stuff.
Yes.
So if you have an iPhone, they want you to make sure you have the computer that's theirs and all that stuff.
I don't have their laptop.
But it's like
I don't have a MacBook.
It's what they want you to do.
Fair.
And so what I found was
Big buy-in.
Yeah, exactly. And years ago, it was they had one chance to like get me to switch over, and it was when I was just starting university, and I needed a laptop for university or whatever. And I went to I went to Apple Store, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll get one of these MacBooks or whatever.
Treat yourself.
And so I looked, and I looked at the specs, and at the time, I think the main specs to have were like dual core, probably. Maybe 500 gigs. I can't remember. It might have even been 200 gigs. I can't rember what it was.
Yeah, it might
at the time.
Maybe 250.
How long ago was this?
Like last year. I don't know. But so I remember I went in and it was like, oh, how much is this? Okay, so this is what you get, and it was like $1,200. And then I was like, okay. So then I left the store and I went to Best Buy, and I looked at the laptops there, PC, and they had one that was the exact same specs for like $399.
So much cheaper.
And I was just like, I mean, I can't justify this. You know? And so then I bought that, and then I've been on PC ever since. Because now I don't feel like learning a brand new, I don't know.
So Juice, what kind of computer do you use?
Yeah, what do you use?
I've got a PC, so I think eventually I will switch over to the MacBook. I want an iMac, honestly. But yeah, you got to put the investment in, because it is a pretty penny.
It is an investment. Yeah.
Like I understand their security is higher as well for the computers, so I get it. But you really got to be ready to make the
invest.
change.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's the thing, because I know, like, so me, I do a lot of like, audio recording, video editing, and all that stuff. So I would have to, I guess. I think most of the software you can probably get the a Mac version of it, so it probably wouldn't be a huge thing. But I just know there'd be a subtle learning curve.
He's comfortable with what he has.
Like my brother has an Apple, I guess probably a MacBook Pro or whatever he has, and like one time I don't know how to do anything on it. So like one time I remember I just needed to grab a file off of like a USB stick, just grab whatever it was on his computer.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I went down and I was like, how do I had to call him to do it, and I couldn't like even just, I didn't know how any of it worked.
Yeah, it's very different from PC. Once you get like familiar with it, then it's easy, but you have to get familiar with it first. Like if you're coming from PC, which most people would be, like there's a learning curve at first, but then it's good after.
Makes sense. It's the same thing like with BlackBerry 10. Like when I had like my passport, or before that I had the Q10. If I would hand somebody that phone, like they would have no idea at all. And because it's completely different, right? Like the swipe up and swipe to the right to get into your hub and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was so different and so unique. Incredible, Regine. It was incredible.
Sure.
She's like, yeah.
Anyways.
So anyways, I don't get any of those alerts for my phone.
Moral of the story.
To sum it all up. And you wait. So you guys got them at 3 a.m?
Yeah.
I got mine at like 3.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
I was upset.
Jeez.
Let me double check.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
And when it happens,
Yeah.
is it
Really?
like really loud?
It was like beep beep. Sorry, guys.
So it sounds like that.
Yes.
How very, very interesting. And I got none of that. And what does it sound? So it's a very loud, like...
It's an alert. So it beeps to wake you up, essentially, or to get your attention. And it will tell you, for instance, it said, this is a province of Ontario emergency bulletin, which applies to the people within 10 kilometers of the Pickering nuclear generating station. An incident was reported, blah, 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 blah.
Huh. Does it make noise even if your phone is on silent?
Yeah.
So it circumvents everything?
My phone
Mine did.
vibrated still, even though it was on silent.
Mine went. Both my phones went.
Interesting. Because when I go to bed, my phone is silent completely. So even if I get a phone call or anything, nobody can reach me. But
Yeah, the alert.
The alert will if I got them.
Yeah, so your phone is actually on silent from everything.
Yeah.
Apparently. So
It would suck though. Imagine there's an Amber Alert, and then you were right in front of the person, and you didn't get the notice. Oh,
that's I mean, look, I'm not against getting them. I just, for whatever
you just don't
reason,
get them. Yeah.
I remember the big day was when they announced, the government was yeah, we're doing this test, and everybody across the country is going to.
I know.
Get
I
one.
asked you, did your phone go off?
And I didn't get it, and I've never gotten them ever since. So
So for you guys wondering, Scott is not the person that calls 911 when an Amber Alert goes off.
Because he did not know the Amber Alert went
Correct.
off.
So they didn't bother him.
Correct. Also, don't do that.
It's so
By the way.
so dumb.
Also, yes.
So dumb.
Ridiculous.
I mean, look, I get it. Maybe you have a shift or a night shift, or you've been up, blah 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 blah. Just
don't do it. Don't
it's-
complain.
It's just one of those things.
Only call
okay?
911 if the person is actually near you.
Yes.
Be reasonable, please.
Exactly.
Exactly. It could be your child.
So, these alerts
or
are
your
happening.
nephew or your niece.
These alerts are happening. Literally, a life is in
What
danger
the
in
heck
that
is
moment.
that?
Oh, JT Arda, a very long number. Hi, hello on D Live. Thank you for tuning in. And he sent us a little a moving emoji. Is it a fist?
It's like a cat.
Oh, it's a dancing colorful cat.
Yeah.
Dancing.
All
So
right.
that's fun. Speaking of dancing, or I mean, I don't know dancing, but speaking of dancing that you could dance to music, why don't we listen to your song?
Yes.
I was like dancing.
Let's.
Your segues are terrible.
Speaking of dancing, as we weren't talking about that at all. So we're gonna listen to a brand new track from Juice.
So for you guys that didn't know, Juice is a musician. He's not just a Blackberry user, PC user.
He was actually here to talk about the latest tech trends.
Right?
Yeah. So
I'm not getting new Blackberry software. I make music in my spare time.
There
you
you
go.
go. And that is how you segue, Scott.
there. Speaking of dancing.
Speaking of new music.
So tell us about the song.
So it's essentially the first single from my new EP that I'm recording right now. Working on that to drop in the next few months. I'm going to be doing the video and dropping that in the next couple of months. So it's the song that I think best represents the overall project as far as the sound and what I'm going for.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a record I like a lot. It sounds good. It sounds
Sweet.
good. Feels good.
I hope so. I'm just kidding.
Brand new music. So this song is called 34.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is a sit-down world premiere of 34 by Juice.
Talking to God, this is my onlyest wish. Run up the digits for me. Promise I give you a fifth. I give my family a fifth. Guess that I should keep a bit. So I'ma give me a fifth. Then I'ma donate the rest. I need a day for a fifth. You know I come from the six. I know you made me a god. They cannot curse what I bless. That seventh day I'ma rest. That seventh day I'ma flex. That seventh day I'm next. That seventh day I'ma bless. My granddaddy was a pastor. R.I.P. to Harold Jackman. R.I.P. to Iris Jackman. Grandma passed a little bit after. Round the time I was with Sasha. Whipped to a crib for the masher. I was 13, a bad apple. Probably why I keep a Samsung. Memory lane like I'm godson. Parking lot jams with the hot ones. Fuck with the fam, it's a problem. Scrapped in that building, no capping. Summertime shit was a movie. Back then they knew me as Jeezy. Wasn't too easy, it was 2 3s. Now I'm just young boy with the Muji, going off like 2-3, 2-3. Never saying you the goat now, talking back like who me, young boy with the Muji, going off like 2-3, 2-3. Never saying you the goat now, talking back like who me, yeah. Talking to God, this is my onlyest wish. Run up the digits for me. Promise I give you a fifth. I give my family a fifth. Guess that I should keep a bit. So I'ma give me a fifth. Then I'ma donate the rest. I need a day for a fifth. You know I come from the six. I know you made me a god. They cannot curse what I bless. That seventh day I'ma rest. That seventh day I'ma flex. That seventh day I'm next. That seventh day I'ma bless. Talking to God. My granddaddy was a pastor.
And that was Juice with 34.
34.
Awesome
Yes,
track.
sir.
Awesome track.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate you.
And let's do the ad break and then we'll continue. So that song, that sit down premiere, of 34 world premiere, yeah,
Yes, sir.
was brought to you by the following
Advertising.
fantastic advertisers who make this show possible. Regine,
Yes, Scott.
do you want to find out what your home is really worth?
Potentially.
Are you buying or selling a home?
Depends on how much it's worth.
Then Jennifer C., Realtor at Home Life Culture Link, is here to help. Call or text Jennifer today at 647-403-8887. Don't deal with just anyone. Speak to a professional. Jennifer C. at Home Life Culture Link. To see your current listings, visit homelifeculturelink.com. The Mortgage Godfather is here to give you advice with any mortgage needs you may have, and he will shop to find you the best mortgage. Nino Saimeka, mortgage agent. He'll give you an offer you can't refuse. He found it funny, Regine.
It's only your guests that find it funny.
It's because
I've heard it 62 times. 62 times.
That's true. It's a valid point. And it's, you know what? It gets funnier every time, Regine.
Sure.
Every time. He'll give you an offer you can't refuse. Find out more at mortgagegodfather.ca or call now at 905-604-6955. And it was brought to you by Jewelry Forever. Conveniently
Ooh,
located.
Look at that video.
I know. Conveniently located at 5000 Highway 7 East, Markham at Markville Shopping Center. They do custom-made jewelry, repairs, and they change watch batteries, all done on site. They've got an amazing selection of jewelry items. You are sure to find something special for the special person in your life.
Or for yourself.
Or for yourself.
Treat yourself.
That's right.
That's right.
And Regine,
Yes, Scott.
they've got a special deal just for our viewers, don't they?
Yes, they do. As you can see on the screen, if you mention the show, if you let them know that Regina and Scott sent you, you get 15% off your entire purchase.
That's right. 15% off. And look, Regine's very shocked. So sorry about that. 15% off. That's right. So head on over to Jewelry Forever at Markville Mall. And when you're there, tell them Scott and Regine sent you. Get yourself 15% off. I mean, amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that.
It doesn't. It really doesn't get.
And he does such a good job, and it's so quick. So say you wanted to get your watch fixed, like Scott's mom did twice.
That's right.
She went shopping, came back, and it was done.
Yeah, they're great. And yeah, they do custom made stuff there. So you can literally go there and
she did tell them Scott and Regine sent her.
That's right. And he makes custom stuff. So like when we were there, and then we have a video of it there. He was making a piano key ring. And so he was actually, and he was like,
He got the keys exact too.
yeah. So he had like tiny little black stones, and he was individually placing them in the ring to be the black keys, and then the white keys were the white. So it's
It was sick.
That's
yeah.
very dope.
Jewelry Forever, everybody. Jewelry Forever. So 34.
Yes.
Awesome track.
Thank you, man.
And so that's your first song in a while, I think. Yeah.
Yes. So I was on solo hiatus, I would say, for a little while. I was doing.
What is solo hiatus?
So I was doing collaborations,
Okay.
features, but my own solo stuff hadn't come out in a little while. So hiatus is off. I'm back full swing.
He's back.
Got a lot coming this year, so it's gonna be a good year. 2020 is shaping up nicely.
Wonderful.
I'm glad, excited.
Yeah. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back at it again. Because I've always thought you're a very talented musician. I've always liked your writing. And actually, Regine, I don't know if you know this, but Juice actually is featured on a Symphony of Nine song.
Ooh.
That is true.
Yeah, there's a track called Next Day, which actually it's not available online anymore, but it will be, because we are planning to kind of re-release everything. No set time on that, but like stuff needed to be remastered and things like that. But yeah, and he's on the track. And you've performed live with us, I think, a few times, right?
Yes,
At the actual
absolutely.
Snows. Yeah, I remember.
Do you guys want to see that happen again? Okay.
You know what? I'm
gonna call them out.
I would be fully down to let that happen again. Not today, but like in future.
Yeah.
Oh, Symphony of Nine's not even here.
Well, yeah. I mean, we couldn't do it now because the band is not here. Correct. Only 1/4 of the band is. But so
Stripped down performance.
Yeah. Very, very, very stripped down performance. Yeah. So you're working on the EP now. Do you have an idea of like timeline when you think it's going to be ready?
Yes. So I'm looking at spring release. So spring's likely probably around April.
Ooh, my birthday.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
That is the timeline right now. So got to get the ducks in a row, make sure all the release dates are, hitting as they should be. But yeah, if everything lines up as it should, April should be.
So there you go. Watch for that. So follow him. You can find him at Jermaine C. Moses on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
And that's, I guess, where people will get updates from you when you post new stuff.
Yes, I will be keeping the next two to 3 weeks probably a little bit more low key, but come February, there's going to be a lot more coming out again.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled, people. And I guess they can also go to your SoundCloud as well, because you're putting it on SoundCloud?
Yes. And it will be on the streaming platform soon. Spotify, Apple Music, everything will be released on there as well. Right now it's not, but we are just waiting for the channels to clear. So.
Nice.
Cool.
So how long has it been since you created music?
Since I have, not that long. I guess it's the release part. So I've been working. Just now getting it out. But the next two things that I'm bringing out for the year are probably going to be summertime, and I'm gonna see if I can get another one out by winter. But yeah, I've got a lot in the chamber.
Nice.
Cool. So stay tuned, people. Plenty coming your way. And for people just tuning in, we're here with Juice, rapper, songwriter, and,
Regine producer, but that is still in the earlies. But
there you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And if you guys didn't know, he's actually on the wall. Scott's famous
Oh yeah,
wall.
that's right. He's
Yes.
well, you probably can't see him. No, I can't see him from this angle, but
No.
he is back there. He's twice.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
That's right.
Once upon a time.
That was before my beard came in.
Yeah, that's right.
I was gonna
yeah.
say, you don't look like that picture.
Right, it's different. I don't.
You still have, I think you still have a mustache in that picture.
Mustache, yeah.
Yeah,
but
that's right. I remember when I saw on Facebook, I was like, "Hey, he's got a beard now." I can't grow a beard myself.
No,
No,
it's all right. I got you, man.
thank you. Yeah, no, it's I find. In fact, we briefly talked about this last week. Is that I have to shave because it still grows, but it never grows thick enough that I can benefit from a beard. It just kind of becomes a weird cactus looking thing. So it's like I have to shave. So it's not like I'm free of shaving, but I don't get the joys of a beard if I wanted one. It's just like this thing I have to do so I don't look strange.
That's tough.
It's a hard life.
Yeah.
Oh my
At least you're
goodness.
tall. You're tall. So.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Oh, I'm so glad you mentioned that.
Oh, that's a good segue. Okay, good.
It's a good segue because actually, you know what? No, that's so like wasn't even planned. But yeah, I apparently I read about this thing. In fact, I'm going to bring it up. Did you know that you can go and get an operation done, $76,000, and they can make you up to 6 inches taller?
What?
That is increased since the last time I heard about that.
Oh, you heard of it before?
Well, let's see if we're talking about the same thing. What is this operation?
It's called limplastics.
Nope. Never heard of that.
So what did you hear of?
This like weird procedure, and you can like get your bone broken at a certain point, and then like they extend it slightly. I don't know. It's like millimeters though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might be this because so what I read is that this procedure has been around for a really long time. It's especially for people get injured.
Yes.
And
yes.
and like they're maybe like because they can't. I'm not even really sure, but they're injured so that they need to get back to normal again.
Right.
But now apparently this version is now specifically for just plastic surgery purposes for people who want to be taller.
Wow.
But yeah, it works the same way. So what they do is they go in and they break your bones.
Stop.
And so they break it, and then they put in these screws, these extendable screws.
Yes.
And then they sit in there, and then after you've healed or whatever for a while, apparently it's hooked up to like an app in your phone, and we'll get to I want to talk to the chat. People talk to stuff. So they put the screws in the bones, and then it's hooked to an app, and then every
streamlined it. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
it's like posh. That's crazy. There's an app to do that.
Yeah. So
Oh my
so
goodness.
basically when I first heard about it, I thought, oh, they basically what do they do? Put like a fake bone in, like 6 inches of, but it actually is your bone. What happens is it like
Ew,
stretches.
that's gross. Stop.
So it stretches you a millimeter, and then your body heals.
Naturally, it heals.
Yeah.
And
Then you stretch it again another millimeter, heals, stretches again. So you can do that for up to 6 inches in height.
I'm just wear heels.
I guess you just wear heels. But that's the thing. I mean, you know, the thing is, it's like, again, like you mentioned, I'm fine with my height. you
I'm
know?
gonna just keep wearing my heels.
But I know that there are a lot of guys out there who, you know.
I guess guys can't wear heels. Okay.
Well, that's saying. Well, I mean, although I mean, in the modern day,
I was gonna say it's 2020. There's definitely some dudes wearing
Yeah.
heels, but I will say, if you're not into heels and you want to get taller, there are options.
there are options.
For only
Painful.
$6.
Expensive options,
$76,000.
but options.
Well, because I mean, that's the thing is, and you know, you do hear like how a lot of girls like they don't want to date guys that are shorter than them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
it is a
I
thing.
mean, you know,
I haven't heard it before, but like personally, but I'm
Well,
not
how tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
so
You're
that's a
tall.
good height. That's tall.
It's average height. It's definitely not tall, but
Would you do this surgery or this operation to get taller if you could?
well, I didn't find out about it because I was looking for ways to get taller. If that's what you're asking, I definitely.
I mean, you said you heard
definitely
about
wasn't
it.
why I was searching it up.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. No, it's not. It's not worth it. The thing with that surgery, even though you can get taller, like it takes away certain other positive aspects. Like you're not going to be as strong physically, obviously.
I was gonna
'cause
say, is
your
it
body's-
permanent?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is.
it is permanent.
Oh.
But yeah, it's right. They said it takes away some athletic abilities. Is not quite.
Yeah.
I mean,
I couldn't accept that.
yeah.
I like the comment.
It's let's so we got a couple people talking in the chat. So let's see.
Does this
Dennis,
guy know what?
Mativa?
No, wait. This person's like, does this guy know what flavor of juice he represents?
Leon Noriega says that.
That's not somebody I know personally at all. That's a stranger. No, it's my cousin.
Well, good question, Leon.
Yes. What flavor juice do you represent?
The best flavor.
Which is?
Ooh, the best.
What would
right.
you guys consider the best juice flavor?
So this is a good question. Personally, I love apple juice.
I like apple
I love
juice.
apple
too.
juice,
I
yeah.
like peach juice,
Peach juice is also very good.
but I also do like apple juice.
I'm not sure if I've ever actually drank like real peach juice.
I haven't had the real thing.
No,
Yeah.
like the
Tim
ones
Hortons.
Yeah.
Tim Hortons.
I've had that. I used to work at work at Second Cup, and they had a peach. I don't even know if we call
like
it
an
juice.
Italian, like an Italian
No.
soda.
It was like
Oh.
its own thing. Like it was in a little dispenser, and it was like,
I like mango juice.
Mango juice is delicious.
Yeah, I do
So
like
pineapple
mango
juice is also good.
Oh, so good.
and so
Juice is good.
so if you can think of the best juice,
That's what he
that
is.
is the flavor that
Got
that,
it.
Yes.
he represents.
Oh my god, there's so many comments. Okay, keep going. Keep
Okay,
going.
what else we got? So, Danitsa Mativa wrote Yas,
Yes.
and I think that was probably during the music was playing. So,
Yeah.
thank you.
Or maybe it was about blackberries. You don't know.
Oh, maybe that's probably that's probably what it was. Oops.
And it's possible.
That's probably what it was. She was like, "Yeah, Blackberry all the way." I think that's what she was talking about.
Yes.
Who else we got? Justin Harris says, "Wicked track, love it, brother."
Thank you, Justin. Man, Justin's a good dude, man. He's been supporting from early. I
Awesome.
appreciate you, man.
Well,
He
thank
says, "Don't give Juice any ideas. He'll be 7 feet by the
Oh.
weekend or by next week."
I don't know who said that.
Justin.
I'll need to be 7 feet tall. I'm comfortable with my height. I can say that. It took some time to be able to say that because playing basketball, height is helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have heard.
Not
I've definitely heard that
necessarily.
one,
Not necessarily.
There's advantages to not having it too.
Exactly.
So I'm good with it.
but I can see
She
that.
said
yeah.
not the black, or Denitsa says that not the blackberry. LOL.
Disagree, unfortunately. Disagree.
Thank
but
you.
but thank you. Who else we got? Mike Brown. Good morning. Sitting at a bar looking at the beach. Oh yeah, that's right. My
Way
Mike Brown. My
to
dad
way to rub
yeah.
it in.
Dad's in
Mr.
Mexico at the
Brown.
moment.
Oh, lucky guy.
Yeah. Hello. Shout out. Hello. That sounds very nice. Sitting at the bar looking at the beach. I like that.
Oh, more messages.
Oh, and Justin Harris says he loves the red lipstick.
Thank you. Me too.
Very, very nice. And what was another?
He used to dunk
Oh,
on
Justin
me.
says he used to dunk on me. He used to, yeah.
Did you?
I would say there is no video evidence that I did not.
But is
And
there?
he said that I did.
Good enough for
There
me.
you go.
There you go. So
Thank you guys for all the comments.
thank you
Oh, he
guys.
also
Thanks for
says he
tuning
likes
in.
pear juice. Ew.
pear juice.
Have I had pear
I don't know if I've
Pear
had pear
Drax.
juice. I like
Have you guys had pear Drax before?
No.
pear Drax.
You guys need to have pear Drax. It's a West Indian drink. It
Oh.
is the best thing that you haven't had yet. I promise you, pear Drax will change your life.
But is that pear juice?
It is not pear juice.
So why did he say pear?
but pear juice might actually be okay because I've had pear pop. It's called
What?
so. My background is from Trinidad and Tobago. That's where my parents are from.
Mm-hmm.
So we have like a few different drinks that are just from there. There's this one. There's Apple J and there's a pear J. It's just the name, but
Mm-hmm.
I think I've
it's
heard of Apple J
delicious.
actually.
Apple J is also delicious, but pear
I've
Drax
heard of
they
Apple
have over
Jacks.
here.
Pear Drax. Okay.
You can get it at No Frills, and I'm telling you.
Interesting.
Changed your life. All right, I'll try it. I'll try it out. And yeah, thank you all of you for tuning in. This is so it's so nice to have people,
Yeah.
join us
converse.
for your Sunday morning. It's very
While you guys are
nice.
here, make sure you subscribe to Scott's channel.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
Yes.
nice, sure. And thank you all of you who tuned in on D Live as well. So appreciate you guys. Yeah, Justin says big in Trinidad. They
Yeah.
Peardrax.
100%.
All right, I'm gonna have to try some out. I'll try it out. But yeah, just to wrap up the getting taller thing. I mean, I feel about the same way about it. Right? Like, I don't really have a problem with people, doing plastic surgery or things to.
I mean, I would love to be a few inches taller, but
Not at that cost.
I'm also Filipino and I'm not meant to be that tall. I think I'm pretty tall considering.
Yeah.
I'm 5'6", and I like to say I'm 5'7" because I'm 5'6.5". 5'7", and then you throw on heels and it's
Yeah. Well, one thing I was also reading is most of
Pretty
the
good.
that's the thing. Most of the people who are getting this surgery, the vast majority are men, and that makes
Yeah.
sense to me.
I would ask my brothers are like 6'3".
I feel like they'll probably okay.
I mean,
But I do have, like I said, I can't. I don't really have anything to. I can't.
if you
share
guys
that
are
experience.
going to do the surgery, though, wait until you're after 21 because guys stop growing at 21.
Yeah, but I mean,
Also true.
I guess I'm trying to empathize with somebody because it would be tough if you're of a certain height and So I mean, did you hear about that guy? Who was that guy who did you see that video of the guy who freaked out in that bagel shop?
Yes, I did.
What?
I remember. I can't remember how short he was, but I know the video you're talking about.
Yeah, I think he was he might be 5'2" or 5'1", or it might have been lower than that.
He might have been shorter.
Yeah,
And
and
he's really short.
and he just, I mean, he
Wait, what video is this?
what do they call it online? Is it called Bagel Guy or something? Or
Something like that.
It's basically a guy. He starts going. You don't see the beginning, but he basically starts yelling at the employees, and he eventually goes on this huge rant about women and how all women are. I don't even remember what he said. He was
He's ranting.
Yeah.
And he's very angry because his height has been an issue for him.
Yeah, like you can definitely tell he's the kind of guy who's had a rough go of things. I think.
Aww.
Now, I mean, again.
Well, now they're searching. I'm just kidding.
Well, now, apparently, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you would think, if that would be something that really had an effect on him, it'd be something that would benefit. I don't know.
Would you guys, Justin? Would you do this surgery? Because you're clearly. Oh, he just responded.
Oh, Justin says apparently that kind of modification is terrible in the long run. Messing with genetics isn't a smart decision. A lot like steroids. Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Correct.
So he just answered the question before I asked him.
Correct.
Because I got to think it does. Like you said, you're putting a whole bunch of muscles and things that weren't there before. It's gonna have some kind of
Detriments, yeah. It's not a good long-term call.
So do whatever makes you happy, people. But be aware.
People be nicer to people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That would help.
Yeah, that's true. That's always
That's
always true.
Yeah.
So there you go. Good talk about that. That's really nice.
look, this is what happens when you compliment Scott. He goes on a whole different rant.
Well, it's not funny because I wrote this down because what I do now through the week is again, when I see something kind of interesting or I hear about something, I just jot it down quickly to be like, oh, maybe that could be something to talk about on the show. And so I wrote that down, but then I kind of forgot about it because what I often find is once we get into a chat, I often forget everything that I've written down here.
Yeah, it takes on its own life.
But this one, because you happened to mention height, I was just like,
Oh,
I've got something for that. So it works out. Yeah. Oh, I guess, and I talked about it briefly off the top, but so we did the music world lost a legend, an icon this week. Neil Peart, the drummer, the legendary drummer of Rush, the Professor.
Yep.
He passed away of brain cancer.
67, right?
Yeah, 67 years old, and it was a shock, I guess, to everybody because they didn't. He never told anybody, or they never made a release. And but the thing is that so apparently it was a 3.5 year battle. And the thing is, it isn't surprising to me at all that he didn't share that information because I've seen when I watch interviews with him, and he's a very private guy, and it just made total sense to me that it would be something that he just he wouldn't feel the need to tell everybody everything that's going on in his life.
Right.
He's just but he's had a huge influence. The band Rush has had a huge influence on me personally, and I know lots of musicians are also influenced by him and by them. they're very much a musician. Like they're a band's band.
Yes.
You know, so it's like I mean they have fans all over the world. But if you're somebody who also plays an instrument or plays in a band, you can't help but even if you're not a huge fan of their music, which I am. But even if you're not, it's impossible to not appreciate what they've brought to the table. All three of them are virtuoso musicians, and Neil especially was not only the drummer, but he was also the lyricist for all their songs.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's something like 90% because he joined the band for their second album, and if you listen to their first album, it's good. It's rock. The drummer that they had is not nearly he's just like, you know, sort of a standard drummer, and the lyrics were very. On the first album, they're kind of almost generic, kind of rock, what you'd expect in a regular rock song.
Pastiche bit.
Yeah, but then Neil joins, and you see the sound totally change. One, I mean, he's bringing so much more to the drums, but then the lyrics become philosophical. You know, the stuff that they write about, you know, subdivisions, writing about, you know, the struggles kids in the suburbs grow up with and dealing with that sort of cookie cutter neighborhood lifestyle. They have songs about that. Songs about just life, you know. Anyways, the world lost an icon, a legend, and rest in peace, Neil Peart. Just wanted to say, because love those guys. So there you go. Thank you, Neil. Thank you. Just thought I'd say that.
Necessary.
Yeah. And now let's.
And with that, we bring you Barrel of Monkeys.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Speaking, good transition, Regine. Speaking of that, we're okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, people who watched last week, we started a new segment for the year 2020.
Yes.
And it's a tournament where there can only be one victor.
Highlander.
That's right. There can only be one. And so, Juice, you're going to be the second competitor ever in this competition. Are you ready?
We're going to find out.
Actually, no, he's not the second, because Regine and I also competed last week. So we have our scores in there, too. So you're technically the fourth.
All right.
But
second guest competitor.
Yeah. And so, ladies and gentlemen, hang on, I got to play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, and your hair just went like all over the camera. That's good. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's begin the Barrel of Monkeys World Championship. And there's a little title screen there.
I like that.
And now let's remind everybody of the standings as they stand right now. There's our standings. We have Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina both tied for 8 monkeys.
8.
Gotta try to beat 8.
And Barry Cito with 6. So you're trying to get to at least 8 so you can be tied for first or surpass it.
All right.
So
have you played before?
Well, yes. I don't remember when it was. Many years ago. So I'm going to learn on the fly.
So we'll see if the muscle memory's still there.
Yeah, this is going to be
okay,
fun.
So simple. The rules are. So this is, people don't know, this is the classic game, Barrel of Monkeys. It is literally a barrel of monkeys. So there's a minute on the clock. So the thing starts closed, sitting on the table. As soon as you hit the timer, that's when you can pour the monkeys out. Okay. Now, you know the rules. You lift up a monkey with another monkey. Now, if you pick up 2 monkeys on one, so like if they're both, like there's 2 monkeys here, it only counts as 1. So
Got it.
every layer, it's layers of monkeys.
It's length down. Got it. Okay.
And so as many as you can get in a minute. If you get them all in a minute, then we'll record the exact time that you. So let's say you got like all 12 monkeys in like 30 seconds, then you'll get 30 seconds. So that's what we're going for. All right.
All right.
So here we go. We're going to put the monkeys there, and Regine will adjust the camera. Yep.
Space.
It's got to go down a little bit. You can even just tilt the camera itself tilts. No, like the actual camera. Yeah. Okay. So hang on. Let me prep the timer.
Hold on. Let me get this.
All right.
Get my cord
yeah, that
off
should be good.
over my shoulder.
Oh yeah. Get everything.
All right.
Getting everything organized. Yeah. Hang on 1 second. Timer. Okay. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Juice is about to embark on the Barrel of Monkeys World Championship.
Is it even on him?
Yeah, it's on him. It looks good. That's a good angle.
Excellent.
Okay, here we go. And timer in 3, 2, 1, go. He's poured the monkeys out.
Where the monkey is at?
Regine, tilt the camera down a little bit more. Okay, he's got he's off to a good start.
What the heck?
Okay, this is.
You jinxed it, Scott.
Oh,
Can you recover?
Can
Can you recover?
this is not good.
Oh no.
We're running into some issues here. I got 4,
26 seconds remaining.
5.
That's it.
Okay.
Fine, it's just don't panic.
Scott, you're putting too much pressure on him.
Oh.
Whoa!
15 seconds.
He got 2 with that one.
Oh. 10 seconds. 5.
Scott, stop.
Time. All right, how many monkeys are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 monkeys.
Oh, this one doesn't count?
Yeah, the one in your hand does not count, unfortunately.
7. Okay.
7. So, you know what? That's pretty good. So, okay,
Not bad.
Regine and I are still sitting at first place, but you are now arrived in a respectable second place. And you know what?
Okay with that,
Oh,
right?
oh yeah. Let me adjust this. You know what? You did pretty well. You did. In fact, that's the thing. You struggled a little bit right off the top. You lost one there that set you back a little bit.
Yes.
But let's talk me through it. How did it go?
Talk me through it, really?
So when I started, I was like, okay, I got about 3 here. This is good. And then when I lost the one, I was just trying to see, okay, how do I break these up a little bit? But I can't touch them with my other hand, so
That's right.
You know, so that's the thing. I should have had a little bit better of a pour, to make them a little bit more spread out. And,
Yeah.
then it would have gave me a little bit more of an angle, but it's all right for a first go. I'm not upset.
Yeah.
I'm not upset. I think.
I think you did quite well. And I was impressed by the recovery because you did lose a bunch, and then suddenly you picked up 2 very short order,
Yes.
which was good. So
Barrel of monkeys.
so congratulations. The Juice is now ranked second overall in the
7.
Barrel of Monkeys
Lucky
World
number
Championship.
7.
Okay, hang on, I'm gonna update. Let me see if I can update the stats right now. Let me see where are they? Where are they? Because you know what? Why not?
Yes.
Where are they? Oh, here we go. Barrel of Monkeys standings, ladies and gentlemen. There they are. And let me see. What I think I can just upload it. I can update it.
Really? You gonna do this right now?
Why not? Here we go. Okay, let me see if this works. Juice with 7 monkeys, right?
7. Yep.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, updated. You can now see the stats. Scott Dion Brown, Regine, Alaina tied at the top for 8. Juice at 7, and Barry Cito at 6. I'm sorry, Barry. But you know what, Barry? You know what? You should have brought your A game, Barry.
Catching straight shots.
Yeah. But
Speaking of Barry, he has a new video.
oh yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah, shout out. That's right. Barry Cito was our guest last week, and he at the time he brought me on to edit his last video actually, and
nice.
And he released it on Friday, I believe. So go check it out, guys. Barry Cito's new video for the song "Baby" is now on his YouTube channel. Look it up, Barry Cito, BarrySzeto. Barry Cito. And check it out. Check it out. Shout out to you, Barry. You made a very nice song, nice video. Not so good at the Barrel of Monkeys. But not bad.
Zing.
So mean.
Hey, this is sports. This is a competition. You come to win.
We don't have participation medals here.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Shots fired. Monkeys fired.
Monkeys fired. Do you have a Disney Plus? Are you on the Disney Plus?
I do not.
Where did that come from?
I just like to talk about Disney Plus.
We like to talk Disney.
I had it briefly. Well, my brother had it briefly. So
Okay.
so you know, we all had it briefly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't keep it. I will probably
Why?
get it back at some point, but I'm just not watching as much TV lately. Like technically I've watched a couple of things in the last couple of weeks, but before that, I've just been doing other stuff. I don't know. I haven't watched as much TV as much lately.
Well, did you watch The Mandalorian? Did you check out The Mandalorian?
I did not.
Oh, you didn't watch The Mandalorian?
I did not.
Do you watch Star Wars?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I am a fan. I'm going to see the new movie, and I am going to check out The Mandalorian.
Do you know how many times Scott has seen the new movie?
I'm going to guess 3.
You're right. I've seen it 3 times.
Do you watch this at Devon? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it 3 times. So you haven't seen the latest one yet?
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay. Did you like The Last Jedi?
I enjoyed it. I felt like more people didn't enjoy it than I expected. I enjoyed it though. I
All
did.
right. So
I didn't watch it, so I.
Yeah, Regina's seen 0 Star Wars. She's seen 0 of any, not a single Star Wars anything.
There's so much.
But I know who Baby Yoda is.
That's you know what? That's a start.
Well, here's the thing. I thought BB-8 was really cute, and so that's when I was like, "Oh, their characters are really cute." And then
Yes.
Baby Yoda came out. I'm like, "Oh."
Yes.
Baby Yoda is the definition of cute.
He is very. He's.
But is Baby Yoda actually a baby?
No.
And is Baby Yoda even related to Yoda?
So okay. So we don't know really much about him.
Oh, okay.
But what we do know, he is a baby in the sense that he's a baby.
He's little.
But he's 50 years old.
Right.
But they age at different rates.
Got it.
So and because you haven't seen it, and I guess you haven't seen it really either.
I've seen one episode. Okay.
Okay. So you've seen a little bit. But I like The Mandalorian. It was it's interesting because I don't know if you've heard, like the latest Star Wars Rise of Skywalker is getting a lot of people, especially online, like YouTube reviewers, not real fans of it.
We know you are.
I really loved it. I loved it a lot. Okay, and maybe you people there, you can like it.
How did Yoda turn into a baby?
We don't know if he's the same. We don't think it's the same guy. We think that this is just another character in the same species as Yoda.
Right.
That's a Weirder the Gamer asking that on D Live. So I don't think he turned into a baby. It was just, this is another creature that was born. In fact, people call him Baby Yoda, but that's just because he looks like Yoda, but we don't actually think he is Yoda.
Right. It's not like a Groot to Baby Groot situation.
Correct. That's right, because that's actually Groot.
Yeah.
Being regrown. Unless, the thing is, we don't know anything about him. It is entirely possible that maybe he's like a reincarnated Yoda.
That's possible. It is.
We don't know. We'll have to wait and see in the second season. I don't know. But anyway, what I was saying is people who a lot of people are saying they don't like the new Star Wars movie, but they love Mandalorian. And I can understand that.
Did they create Mandalorian into a movie?
I don't know if it would work as a movie. The other thing is, it's interesting. So people are like,
I haven't seen it, so I can't say.
Yeah. Well, people are like, oh,
I'm just asking.
People are like, oh, Mandalorian is so cool and it's so like, and it is good. But one thing I noticed is like the day I watched Rise of Skywalker, I then went home and watched Mandalorian. And the first thing I noticed is like, wow, this is like so much slower than Rise of Skywalker. Like Rise of Skywalker was really exciting for me to watch.
Right.
But then again, there are other people who like, maybe they just like the pacing of Mandalorian more. I don't know. People like what they're gonna like. It's fine. You can like whatever you want. But me personally, I thought Rise of Skywalker was an awesome movie, and Mandalorian was also good. But like, you know what? Actually, what I'll say is like, when Game of Thrones was on, did you watch Game of Thrones?
Until season 2, and then I fell off of it.
Okay. Well, Game of Thrones for me, I was really into it. I wasn't as into it for the later seasons, but because I'd invested so much, I wanted to see everything.
Yeah.
But Game of Thrones was so good at cliffhangers, where it's like, season would end and they're like, oh, I gotta wait a year,
Yeah.
Whereas Mandalorian for me, it's like it ended and then I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'll see that in a year. But like, it didn't leave me going like, what's gonna happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so it's like, I like it, but I'm not in love with it. It's just
it's a good show, but it didn't leave you like begging for more.
Yeah. And if you're a Star Wars fan, if you're into Star Wars, then you'll like it, because there's plenty there for that. And something else what I just heard is I don't know if it's a rumor. No, it is a rumor, but apparently there's the possibility that an extended cut of Rise of Skywalker might be released.
Ooh, that's exciting.
An extended cut.
Yeah. So what I heard. So basically, the story is that there's something like an extra 20 or 30 minutes worth of footage that J.J. Abrams wanted to be in the movie, but then it got cut down because Disney wanted only a certain length so they could fit more showings in a day. And so now the rumor is that same way how they kind of did that. Remember, I think they did that with Avengers Endgame. Didn't they release like another version with like a few more minutes?
Yes, they did.
So
They did.
So there you go. So I think that's there's a rumor that that's what they're going to do with Rise
And we
of
know
Skywalker.
Scott's gonna watch it.
I will definitely go.
He'll be the first one there.
But the rumor that I heard is that they're going to do a new theatrical release in a few months with a longer version, and then the digital version that will come to, I guess, Disney Plus will be even longer.
Oh, jeez.
That's smart, though. Initially, like, the decision to have the cut down version be out for more showings is smart because that's the first spike, and then the extended in a few months will get people out again.
Yeah.
Another money grab. Not money grab.
No,
I mean,
but realistically, it isn't.
but
I mean,
but,
yeah.
yeah.
It's I think I agree. I think it is a money grab, and I'm going to give them my money.
The fact
You
that-
already did 3 times.
I did. I have seen it 3 times. I actually teared up. I teared up at several scenes.
Yeah?
In the movie. Yeah, and like.
Have you ever gone to a movie and watched it multiple times in theater? Or is this the first time you've ever watched something?
So I watched the first Star Wars that came out, The Force Awakens.
That's not Star Wars related. How about that?
I don't know. So I saw Force Awakens 2 or 3 times. I can't remember. I wasn't a huge fan of Last Jedi, so I only saw that one once. And I think that's why I did do as well, because I really think the Star Wars movies do so well when people go see them multiple times. And for me, Last Jedi was a one viewing type of movie for me. But I don't know.
I know my brothers watched Endgame a few times.
Mm-hmm.
I actually watched Endgame twice in theater, unintentionally.
I don't think I've seen Endgame more than once. Have you seen? Yeah. What do you say?
How did you watch it unintentionally?
So I went. So I went the first time on purpose, and then the second time I went with my brother to watch, like my 10-year-old brother, to watch a different movie, but it wasn't like something was wrong with the theater. So they're like, okay, well, we can either give you a refund or we can get you another. You can watch whatever movie's starting, and Endgame was playing, and my brother's like, I haven't watched it yet, so I unintentionally watched it twice.
Yeah, I guess
That
that's
makes sense, yeah.
I guess that makes sense. Justin Harris says, by the way, it's Dion's turn for the red lipstick next week. Noted. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. I will remember that.
Shout out to your mom as well. She said have a fun show.
Hi. Thanks, Mom. She's in Mexico as well. Thank you. What else?
Tripping.
All right, guys and gal, the pipe won't weld itself. I've got to get to work now. Okay, bye, Justin.
Bye, Justin. Thank you for tuning in. He's got to get to work.
Later, bro.
Thank you for tuning in. And thank you to all of you for tuning in on DLive and on stream. Sam Cush, thank you. Love your stream. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Shout out. We're here with Juice. Hello.
Dope.
Say hi to Sam Cush.
What's up, Sam?
Hello. Thank you for
What's
tuning in
going
on DLive. Yeah. The Star Wars thing, I would definitely see. You know what it reminds me of? Do you remember, were you a Lord of the Rings fan? Did you like Lord of the Rings?
I didn't.
You're all
watch-
over the place today, Scott.
No, we're just chatting. It's fun. I like it.
I didn't watch them when they first came out, but I did watch them after.
Well, so
Ask me.
Do you like Lord of the Rings?
I've never watched it.
You never seen Lord of the Rings?
No,
Okay. Well, you know what?
the fantasy genre. But you like the Avengers movies, yes?
I do, but okay, so I've never watched. I've maybe watched the first 2 Harry Potters. That's it. I never got into it. I never watched. What's that other one?
Hunger Games?
Never watched. I have watched them, but not in order because I never really got into it. If I was in the room and it was on, then I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Not until Lord of the Rings. Never got into Twilight.
So that kind of fantasy sci-fi world is just not your thing.
I
get
like
it.
Disney.
That's fine. Well, I mean,
Disney's
Star
good.
Wars is Disney now.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Whatever.
But anyway, what I was saying is, so Lord of the Rings, did the same thing. Sam Kush says, "Hey Juice, love the Hobbit movies." I also love the Hobbit movies as well.
I've never seen it.
But what Lord of the Rings did, I can't remember if the Hobbit did it as well. But Lord of the Rings, it became sort of a regular thing where you would go to the theater and you're going to watch the theatrical release.
Right.
But you know that the real movie will be out on DVD in a few months, and that's going to be like an hour longer. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of
right.
so that's what I look forward to. So now, like, I don't own any of the theatrical release versions of those movies. Like, I really love those. I was a huge fan of those movies when I was a kid, and those are it's always about the extended edition. So if Force Awakens is going to do something like that, I'm all down.
I'm sure they would.
Yeah.
Or will, I should say, yeah.
Well, apparently, so the people who are criticizing Force Awakens right now, a lot of them are like, oh, there are plot holes and there are things that they shouldn't. But people are now saying, I mean, personally, I didn't see any plot holes. I was fine with it the way it was. If you disagree, you can disagree. I'm right though. But apparently this extended version is gonna like fill a lot of those holes. Like they've got a lot more footage and stuff. So we'll see. Sam Kush says, "Hey Juice."
We
You said that.
are
Love that. We are all
Disney
Disney now.
now.
Yeah, apparently that's true. Disney's kind of
Yeah.
buying everything.
It is. Imagine Disney somehow combined with
Fox?
with Google.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, that could happen because Google Home does stuff with like Frozen, and
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
maybe they're already owned by Google. I mean, by Disney. Or what if Google owns Disney?
Oh man, they don't need any more conglomerates.
What if they come up with a Disney phone? Would you get it then?
A Disney phone? I mean, I feel like it would
What
just be
if
like.
Google and Blackberry combined together, like collaborated? Would you?
I feel like they would. I don't think they would though. I don't think they have kind of different philosophies.
Yeah, that'd be tough to see. But I mean,
Because Disney collabs with a lot of companies, like
yeah, it's not impossible. It could happen.
anything.
You know what the thing I find, and I guess if we're talking about phones for a second, the only thing is like,
Oh, look what I
well, it's not. I don't go too far, but one thing I've always felt is that like, I feel like BlackBerry, it was always like a tool that was on like your side, and it was protecting you from, you know,
According to your emails, yeah.
all this stuff that's just all the stuff that's coming at you. Whereas I feel like a lot of new phones, even Android, and is that they're almost trying to sell you on things like
Yeah, the tie-ins.
like if I want to make it so, yeah, like they're always advertising things, like there's notifications always coming in. I just feel like it's not the same. And I don't know if Blackberries are still like that. I just feel like there was something, I don't know, whatever. I don't know. I'm not even sure. I'm not saying it in the right way, but
I know what you mean though. But
Yeah.
I think that's just
Are
even.
you practicing again?
I'm not.
no, I think he was honestly, he was being a good guest. He was tidying up the monkeys.
I was just putting them away.
How many monkeys are there?
I think there are 13 because
Yes.
the highest score you can get is 12, and then you're holding one in your hand. So there are 13 monkeys. It was awesome. Did you guys see the Cats movie?
Definitely not.
I went to see it. I won't talk.
I'm scared of cats. So I mean, when people try to replicate Cats itself, like
What-
I know it's a musical, and the musical I like the songs. I just can't get past humans looking like cats.
It is strange.
Yeah, and especially because this one, because they don't look like cats. They don't look like people. They look like this strange.
I'm not
in-between
for
thing.
it.
Yeah, they tried to do something unique, and it is unique, but unique in maybe not a good way.
No.
Yeah, it was. So I was watching it. So here's the thing. So I went to watching it largely out of curiosity of how terrible it was going to be. That's why I went to see it.
Wow.
Well, because it was getting so torn
Panned.
apart everywhere, right? So
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to see what this is about. And so what I noticed is, you guys heard of The Room, the Tommy Wiseau movie?
Yes, classic.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
You're tearing me apart. You say.
You're tearing me apart. Yeah. So.
Yes.
So this theater that I went to see it at, I went to see it at Carlton Cinema downtown, Yonge and Carlton, and they do a monthly screening of The Room there. And one time I went to The Room and watched it there, and so The Room, it's like they say it's like the best terrible movie ever made. And so now that people go watch it, and like it's almost like a participatory type thing. Like you go and like everybody says all the lines, and like there are things where people throw spoons at the screen. Like there's this whole thing, right?
my God.
So no,
You need to see this movie.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's actually hilarious.
Got it.
it's weird how like you want to keep watching even though it's so but anyway, so it's become this cult following where people go and watch it like that. And what I noticed is there were a group of people behind me when I went to see Cats, and I could tell that they were there to watch it in that same way. Like they weren't there to see the movie. I think one of them had already seen the movie, and so they were there just to go and have fun and just talk through the movie. And it was
that's annoying.
It was annoying me because
That's so annoying.
I haven't seen it. I was
Right.
getting close to like I wanted to say something, but then the person in front of me ended up yelling at them first because she was like turning around. She's like, "Excuse me, nobody cares about what you say, right?" Because they were like trying to make jokes the whole time.
Oh no.
But here's what I'll say about it: is that you can go and watch Cats like that. You can go and just laugh at how ridiculous it is, but I think it does deserve a bit more credit in that I don't think you can go in and watch that movie thinking about it as a regular movie. It's very much...
Or as a musical.
Well, yeah, it's very much more like you should be going to sort of watch it as appreciating the stage show, you know, because like you want to watch the dancing and everything. Mm-hmm. Now, what I will say though is I don't think that's an excuse necessarily, because I think, you know, like I would almost argue maybe they shouldn't have made this movie at all. Like it's just better just let it be a stage show.
Yeah.
Have you seen the stage show?
No.
No, I haven't either.
It's in Toronto right now.
Yeah, I don't really have any.
But again, I don't like people dressing up as cats, and I don't like cats in general. I like the music, I just don't.
Yeah. Well, so the thing is, I would be interested in is like, I'd be curious, what do people who like love the musical think of it? You know what I mean? So like, if Cats is your absolute favorite musical, do you like the Cats movie? Because you already knew what to expect. You knew what the plot. Because I found the plot was strange. Like there's almost not much of a plot in it.
It's just music.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's kind of like a backdrop to the overall music and the
yeah.
Yeah.
Like the majority of the play is just each cat comes out and introduces itself and sings about it being a cat. So that's what it was. So it's like
this is why I don't like cats. No kidding.
But so I was trying to think about it. I was like, okay, what could they have done to make it work, or what's a good way to describe it? Have you guys seen have you ever, you know how the Lion King movie, they made a musical of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen it.
I have.
You have seen it.
So when I was younger, maybe 10 or 11, and it was in the town, in the city, I went to see it because on my rep soccer team, one of our teammates was actually Simba. He was
cool.
Simba.
Cute.
So it was like a big like team event that we went out. It was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so I was actually thinking about it. It reminded me of that musical, because I was thinking, so I was in my mind, I was trying to think, if I was to make this Cats movie, what would I have done to try to make it work?
Well, did you watch Grease when it was in Toronto?
The musical? No, I didn't.
Oh, I did.
Oh, was it good?
I like the movie better, but I mean,
the
actors were good. Yeah.
But so what I was trying to think about this Lion King or the Cats musical, like how could I make it work? And I was like, the thing that's weird about the Cats musical is it's like, imagine, so you've seen the Lion King musical, so you remember how like the costumes, like they were like cool costumes. I remember like the lions had like, there was like a picture of the lion on its head, and then when they would bend, like the face would come down like this. Like it was cool design costumes, right? But I was trying to imagine if the Lion King movie never existed, right? And so there was just this musical that had these sort of suggestive costumes of lions. And now imagine if they were like, hey, we're gonna, you know that successful Broadway musical Lion King? We're gonna make it into a movie. And the way we're gonna do it is we're gonna like create these weird suggestive costumes that they'll wear. So it's almost like they don't look like real lions, but then we're going to animate the costume so that it looks like it's like that. It's almost as if they took the musical and turned it into a movie. And I was like, so no, I think the way that they should have done the Cats movie would have been to do how Lion King is that they should have either made it fully animated with real cats, like animated cats.
Like Aristocats.
Yeah. Either that or just, exactly like Aristocats.
Aristocats is good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love that movie.
Yeah. Either that or they should have they should have just done it the stage show. Like film it, build your sets. None of this computer animation stuff, because the computer animation stuff is weird. Like the
it looks super weird.
Yeah. It sits in that weird, you know, they call it the uncanny valley or whatever.
So then what happens to all the like famous singers that are actually in the movie? Are they getting like
green screened partially? I
No,
think.
but like are there, because they're the main actors, and like, so Jason Derulo is in it, right?
Yeah, Taylor Swift
and Jennifer Hudson. So does that like put a bad name or a bad taste to the name now?
Well,
like what happens when like singers or actors get really bad performances, like reviews? What happens to them?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're all going to be okay. But
yeah.
Well, you know what I'll say, because again, I've seen the movie. Is like so. Also, Ian McKellen is in it, and Judi Dench are in it, right?
Right.
And these are two like really famous, you know, British actors. And when I was watching them in it, there was a part of me that felt like, why are you doing this? Like there was a feeling of, it's almost like this is
instant regret.
Yeah. Like, why are you in this? But again, I mean, it's the sort of thing. I haven't seen the musical, but I do know it was hugely popular, right? So I don't know, again, how do genuine fans of the musical feel about it, but it must have been one of those things where, oh, they're making a Cats movie. This is going to be huge.
And it's a good timing, too, because Cats just came back to Toronto.
Well, that too, yeah.
So it's like,
I mean, my guess is they probably decided to remount it.
Coincidence.
Because
Yeah.
the movie's
with the
out.
release. Yeah, that makes sense.
And the actors are in it. They don't have any idea of knowing what the final product is going to look like, right? But I would just say the computer animation is strange because like they're wearing costumes, like they have human faces, and they're wearing like
that's weird. I don't like that.
jumpsuits, but the tails move,
Ew.
the ears move,
Yeah.
and
That's like a nightmare.
yeah, it
is.
kind
Oh.
of is. It is.
When I saw the trailer, that's what I thought. I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna."
No.
And some work better than others. Like I thought the main girl, the one who plays like Victoria, I thought she looked pretty. I could understand
Like
what she
Jason
was.
Derulo dressed up as a cat.
Jason Derulo looks strange. Yeah, he looks strange. And there's a scene when Idris Elba, like he comes in and joins in the dancing, and he like he's for most of the movie he's wearing like a coat, and then he takes it off, so he's basically like just a cat.
He's a naked
So he's
cat.
basically a guy wearing a jumpsuit.
Yeah.
And he's I'm like, this is strange. This is a strange experience.
Maybe it's like Aristocat live version.
Some weird in between.
No.
I don't know. It was just
Let's not talk about cats anymore.
It was a strange thing to witness. But what I will say is, look, it is really strange. And if you just go in watching it, like if you're expecting a regular movie, yeah, it's strange. If you go into it kind of trying to appreciate for the dancing and all that, I think there's something to be appreciated. But I think still it was executed wrong. I think it was just this version of the movie shouldn't have been made. It should have,
Should have just not
leave it on the
approached
stage.
it like that.
Yeah, well, because actually there's another moment in it, where I think I've never seen the musical, but I do think there must be like kind of an inside joke type thing that the audience has with the show when you're seeing it live. Because there's a scene in the movie where Judi Dench, she just starts singing to the camera, like she's talking to the audience, and it looks weird because usually that doesn't happen in movies, and
No.
it's just, there was nothing to set it up. But if I was seeing it live on stage, it wouldn't be strange, right? Because most of the songs are sung out to the audience anyway.
Right.
So like when someone addresses the crowd, it's not out of place. So I feel like there must be kind of a relationship that the audience and the performers build when you see it live that just didn't exist in the musical. So I just think it was the wrong thing for it.
Juice is like, yeah, sure.
No, I agree. I mean, I'm gonna have to take your word for it because I'm not gonna go to the theaters to see it. I'm maybe on an off day when it's out and it's maybe I'll check it out and just see. But once I saw the trailer and I saw the combination of the human looking faces,
I couldn't
I
get
don't think this is
Good.
nah.
It's it's definitely
No.
a strange thing.
No, thank you.
Well, I don't know. What do you think? Should we kind of wrap it up? You think?
I don't know. Juice, is there anything you want to talk about in terms of your music or what's coming up? Any shows?
Shows? Well, I just did one a few weeks ago. That was the
nice.
Winter Classic. That was my first performance at 34, actually.
Oh, nice. Actually, I think I saw you post something about that a while ago. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. My
I just met you, so I wouldn't know. Okay.
yeah, my good friend, one of my boys. He's an artist. Oseko. Shout out O. He's been putting this on for a few years now, biannually. So
Nice.
the Winter Classic and the Summer Classic. So
Cool.
yeah, debuted that. It was good. We've got some more stuff coming up in the next couple months. Some I can't talk about right now, unfortunately, because
We get it.
Still in
Yeah.
the works. Yeah. Makes sense.
But yeah, no, it's gonna be a good year. Gonna be a good year. I'm really excited to have people stop asking me when are you dropping the project.
Sorry.
Because it's
Okay.
it's
Come on.
it's the right question
I
to
didn't know. I
ask.
just met him.
Yeah, but no, it's so it's coming. So the best thing to do, follow him on social media, Jermaine C. Moses on Instagram.
How did you get Juice then if your name is Jermaine?
It's a great question.
Oh, nice.
So this actually goes back to my high school days.
Got it.
This is not a great story. It's not a bad story. It's just
It's a story that we
it's a
want to
story.
hear.
So, so I've always played ball a lot. So there's a day about lunchtime playing basketball with some of my boys. So when I play sports, I sweat a lot.
Okay.
So at this time, I was playing with my shirt off, and one of my friend's older brothers was guarding me. It was really hot. I was sweating a lot, and he was trying to D me up. And I brushed past him as I was driving to the net, and he said, "Ugh, get your Jermaine juice off me." And literally from that day, it just kind of stuck. That's
to his face or
no, it was his shoulder, but I get slick. I was pretty hot, so yeah, that's literally it. And then it just
So the story behind juice is literally he's just a very sweaty person.
I sweat a lot.
So actually, that's another answer because somebody didn't Justin ask earlier in the stream what flavor
kind
of
of
juice? There it is. There's the best juice. The best juice.
Au natural.
There you go. Beautiful. Good question, Regine.
Thanks.
I didn't know that story. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Get your Jermaine juice off of me.
That's funny.
It was
hilarious.
actually.
I love that you were able to take that and be like, that's
the name. Were you already into music at that point?
That was.
Or did it really just stick?
That was I was technically. I hadn't released anything yet because my first EP I released through Glenmore with Scott.
That's right, yeah.
But I was writing. I'd recorded a couple things, but nothing official, So it was early. It was more a nickname.
Was it like MySpace?
Yeah. It was more a nickname for friends before it was the artist one, and then it just transferred. Just made sense,
Nice.
Now there's some people who don't know my real name. So there's people who just know me as Juice. But
Nice.
But yeah. So
Makes sense.
And that is how Juice came to be.
The rest is history.
Juice was born. Yes.
Well, there you go. Well, I mean, I guess on that note,
Yeah.
Regine.
Yes, Scott. Sorry, I can't.
Well, actually, wait. Did we say So follow Jermaine Juice on Instagram. Jermaine C Moses on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
To get all the latest updates for his upcoming release.
Yep.
And Regine.
Yes, Scott.
Where
Stop
can
it.
Where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at It's Regine Alaina, which is right here. Or if you would like to follow my pageant journey, and I really recommend it because there's a lot coming through the funnel right now, you can follow me at MS, so Ms. Galaxy Canada, on Facebook and Instagram.
There you go.
Yeah. So, Scott, wait, before we do that, I just want to give a shout out to Canada Perfect. Thank you again for having the Canada Galaxy Girls and I there yesterday. And congratulations to all of the winners. Because that's where I was yesterday since you didn't ask how my week was.
I forgot. I changed the script.
No worries. So, shout out to them. And I also wanted to give a huge shout out to Angel. She was just here a few weeks ago. She's currently in Mexico competing for Miss Global.
Shout out, hey Angel.
So they are actually just released wild card award, I guess. If you follow the Miss Global International or Miss Global Official, on Instagram, go to Canada and like Angel's picture.
Oh, it can be because is
a
it based
voting
on
thing,
likes?
yeah.
Oh, it's based on likes. Okay, yeah. So get over there. There you go.
And it's a very beautiful picture, so I think you should.
This is a call to action.
Yes.
Head on over there to the Miss Global website and vote for Angel. Yeah, she was a guest 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
So,
So Scott, where can they find you?
Well, you can find me right here, everybody. Right here on YouTube or on DLive or on Twitch.
Or at a movie theater.
Scott Dion Brown. Or your local theater watching Star Wars Force Awakens Extended
Or
Edition.
Cats.
Yeah, I'm going to see Cats at least 5 or 6 more times, I think, before it's over. Find me at Scott Dion Brown. You can find me on Twitter. Find me on Instagram. Facebook as well. But the best place is YouTube. I have the most fun on YouTube. This week I posted a new video.
Oh my gosh.
26 seconds long.
Oh my goodness.
So I should explain that video. So basically the whole story behind it is like if you when I watch Family Feud, right? Have you ever watched Family Feud?
No, because the point is they have to stop at the same time, and then you get that random person that's still going.
A little extra, yeah.
But it's just something I noticed. I'm like, I just imagine that person who's there. I'm like, the music has stopped playing, and you're just like, I'm like. So anyway, I made a video about that. Okay, so that's what the story is behind it. You can find it on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/ScottDionBrown.
If you have 26 seconds to spare.
26 seconds long. It's you won't regret it, or maybe you will. But
You actually got a lot of views on it, though.
Yeah, it's climbing. It's kind of fun.
Have you seen it?
I have not seen it yet.
I'll show it to you after. It's,
Yeah.
26
Have you seen his
seconds.
Instagram though?
Yes.
Where he's like a million? Yeah.
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 That's
I
part
did
of
see
it. Yeah. So
Wait, wait, but before we move on from that topic, how much or how many times have you seen Family Feud for you to notice that clap?
you know,
That's a good
That you had to make a video out of it.
well, he says I can't say I'm not like a regular viewer, but I have seen it many times over the years.
Enough to notice.
And it's one of those shows where when it's on, I almost always watch it. Like
That's
if I
true.
happen to stumble upon it,
Yeah.
because it's very watchable. I mean, Steve Harvey's really funny.
There's a Canadian version of it now.
I haven't seen that yet though. I
Have
haven't
not
seen that.
seen that yet either, but I did hear about that.
Yep.
But I don't know. It's a fun show, and I just something I happen to notice. And again, I was worried when I made the video because I'm like, I don't know if this is just me being weird noticing this,
I think it's just
or if
you
other
being
people are noticing it. So that's why, like, I posted the video, and I'm like, if you know what I'm talking about, it makes sense. But if you have no idea, if you haven't noticed what I've noticed, this is just a weird random video that makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like,
It was weird.
yeah, I don't. Anyway.
And it took. How long did it take you to make a 26-second video?
You know what? Too long because because of all the green screen I had to do with all the individual. Because it's me obviously in the audience wearing. So like, yeah, like every
No,
single one
I
of
had
them.
no idea. Okay.
But it took a like. I thought, oh, this will be quick. I'll just quit this, and it was like almost 2 days to get everything done. So
It's a process.
yeah, so that's how it goes.
Done.
Well, anyway, this was fun. This was
Yes, it was.
fun.
And on that note, we will clap away. No kidding.
So Juice, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
No, thank you guys for having me. It's dope. It's
And,
really dope.
All of us 34. Check it out. It's on SoundCloud right now, and it's coming to all streaming platforms everywhere soon, right?
Yes, sir. Very soon. Keep your
Stay
eyes peeled.
tuned.
So find Juice on social media. Jermaine C. Moses on Insta. Follow Regine. It's Regine Alaina. Follow me at
Scott Dion Brown.
Scott Dion Brown. And that's all she wrote, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so very much for being here. You could have been anywhere. You could have been anywhere in the entire world.
We could have still been sleeping if it
Could have been
wasn't for
sleeping.
that.
And you
notice.
chose to be here. Shout out. Oh, Ooga.
Hello.
Hello. He says hello. I'm sorry.
Hello and goodbye.
You arrived just as we were signing off, but thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining us. We're live every Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. So come on, watch us. All of you on D Live. Thank you, Sam Cush, for tuning in. Thank you, Weirder the Gamer. Thank you, Justin Harris. Thank you. I'm not gonna get everybody. Danitza. Thank you, Leon as well. All of you. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye. 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 Bringing up the outro. See you later, everybody.